Hey, friends, it is Wednesday, November 1st. The bad news is you're not in class. The good news is you know where to go to find out what you missed. What are we going to do today? Our learning targets for today, we will begin exploring the order of operations and learn that parentheses can be used to group numbers. Our success criteria: number one, can you compare expressions by changing the grouping? Number two, can you change expressions by changing the parentheses? Right? Same numbers, same expressions, but just change the parentheses. Does that change what it looks like? That's what we're going to find out today. So, when you come into class, what are we doing? Number one, fast bridge. Red, no, blue, green, white, red. Round two, blue, green, white, red. And then I think round three is like buff, white, red, and something else. Okay? After that, what we're going to do is make sure that everyone is finished with their Chapter 2 summatives. Okay? Because some of us started them yesterday, some of us completed. If you're done with your Chapter 2 summatives, you do you, something quiet until everyone's ready. I'll collect them all, and then I'll grade those and get those entered. After that, we're going to do 3-1, 3-2, and 3-3 out of our book. And so we'll go to 3-1, 3-2, and 3-3. Here's 3-1. Katrina wrote the following set of instructions for Cecil. 4 groups of 2.5 plus 1. If Cecil the acrobat follows Katrina's instructions, how far will he go? In your groups, draw a diagram and show how far he's going to move. So I'll get you some big paper and we'll map that out together. After that, this is what Katrina drew. She drew 2.5, 1, 2.5, 1, 2.5, 1, 2.5, 1. How was she thinking about Cecil's moves? Write an expression to represent Katrina's diagram. Now, we're going to compare the two. They both have 4 groups. They both have 2.5. They both have 1. Are they the same distance? Okay. And then Cecil changed Katrina's set of instructions so that the length of 1 foot came first, as shown here in the diagram. Write an expression to represent this diagram. How far does Cecil move? Does this give him the same length as 4 groups of 2.5 plus 1? Whew, that's a lot. So then Cecil's trainers proposed each of the following movements. Which one requires the longest rope? Draw diagrams. So the first one says 8 plus 2 groups of 6.48. The second one says 2 plus 8 groups of 6.48. The last one says 6.48 groups of 8 plus 10, or 8 plus 2, or 8 plus 2 groups of 6.48. Which one's the longest? Draw diagrams, justify your answer. If we get done with that one, we go to 3.3. The expression 5 plus 3 groups of 4 plus 2 can be used to represent the group of tiles over here. Work with your team to explain how each part of the expression connects with this group of tiles. And how many tiles are there? Each group of tiles is represented by a different part of the expression, also called a numerical term. Numerical terms are single numbers or products of numbers. It's also useful to circle terms in an expression to keep track of separate calculations. For example, each term circled in the expression below represents a separate part of the collection of the tiles above. So you see the 5 there. That's one part. And then 3 times 4 is the second part. And the 2, adding the 2, is the third part. Okay. What about this one? How many numerical terms are there? If I told you there are 4 numerical terms, could you find the 4 numerical terms? We'll work on that together in groups, and then we'll come back to our homework. We'll take a break here and see where we're at. See, are we going to go Mafia Gimkit, or are we going to work on our homework? Okay? Or are we going to look at the summative review? We'll kind of figure this out, figure out where we're at. Then we'll go back to here. Maybe. Then one of our problems, consider the expression 7 plus 3 groups of 4 plus 2. What movements does this represent for Cecil? Draw a diagram to show us movements. And what if we group this differently? How can you add parentheses to group this differently? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this up there and I'm going to go, okay, parentheses 7 plus 3 parentheses times 4 plus 2. Then I'm going to go 7 plus parentheses 3 times 4 parentheses plus 2. Then I'm going to go 7 plus 3 parentheses 4 plus 2 parentheses. And we'll see what lengths those look like. From there, we will go on to 310, which is the pizza problem. And from the pizza problem, we will go on to 311. And we'll look at this problem. And we have to fill in the missing numbers. And we'll do that as a group. This one's kind of fun. Okay? Cool. All right, so this is what you missed. You missed Fast Bridge. You missed finishing your Chapter 2 summative. Classwork 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. Maybe homework 3-7, 3-10, 3-11. Or Mafia Game Kit. Or going through our summative review. And then as we close, after I read or as I'm reading, we'll talk about what do you want to do on Thursday. Okay? As that's going to be my last day. So what do we want to do? All right, friends, have a beautiful Wednesday. I hope you're well. And just remember, we always miss you when you're not here, so we hope we see you on Thursday. And we hope, we just miss you. Okay, so get in here. Get to school. All right, friends, we will smell you later.